Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time, day. Well, it should be the same day, hopefully, unless you're watching a replay. Today is Monday, the last day of the month. We're right about to go into August, and we're in this beautiful Lionsgate energy. And today I wanted to introduce one of my favorite people, longtime student. I'm so blessed to have you here, Jan.
Thank you.
Jan has been with me probably from the very beginning of when I started doing coaching and certifications and stuff. And it's been so blessed. I'm so blessed to have had you this whole journey.
Thank
You know,
you.
you
I'm the
really,
one that feels blessed, but thank you.
well, thank you. Because really, you've gotten to see me through my healing journey, and I've gotten to see you through your healing journey. And you've seen me through different coaches, through different
Mhm.
teachers, and it's seen me grow. And I've shared my what I've learned, and it's been really a beautiful process as
It
we've
has.
grown together. So,
Absolutely.
as we start, I wanted to tell people to start when we first met. How were you feeling when we first started? So,
Okay.
people can really kind of get to know the situation.
Okay. Well, when we first met, I was definitely having a lot of card readings, and I was going through Facebook, and I saw that you offered Reiki and card readings, and I believe I set up a Reiki session.
Mhm.
And when we were in the middle of the Reiki session, or after the Reiki session, I asked you if you had time to do a card reading. Then you did a card reading, and then I was just hooked. The Reiki session was so phenomenal because it was the first time I had anyone work with Reiki on me, and I had so many attachments that that's what I needed to get the flow going again in my chakras in order to become grounded again. So I was way unstable, unbalanced, not spiritually focused enough. But once I started working with you, that's when my grounding came in, and just mentally, physically, emotionally, everything's helped me. Spiritually, I, yeah, Reiki and getting my Lightworker certification, you've opened my eyes to a whole new world, and I love it.
Well, it's beautiful to watch you grow through
Thank you.
this process. You have really bloomed. It's really beautiful to see just a little bit of beautiful, loving energy can really make someone blossom into their own authentic self. And it's really been beautiful to watch that process happen through you.
Yes, and being your authentic self. Wow, I didn't know if I could ever get there, but I finally got there. And then once I found my sovereign voice, it was like, oh wow, I can't keep it in anymore. This is me now. So, and people can tell I've changed a lot. I've changed a lot. Just way more positive, um, more just understanding, compassion, everything. I've changed a lot.
So, has that improved your relationship with your children,
Oh,
your
yes.
family?
My children, my family, my work, everything. Yes. But when I first met you, I was going through a really hard stage in life, divorced, with children and trying to keep on raising children. And there was a lot of depression going on in there too. So you helped me get out of bed in the morning. It was like I didn't want to get out of bed, but once I started learning Reiki and learning I could heal myself, and then with the binaural beats and just everything that you've taught me, it's reprogrammed my whole body, my whole system, and it makes me a better individual to be able to now help other people in life. So I'm very excited about that next venture.
What are your favorite gifts that you've accessed to?
So Reiki, I love working with people's energy. Um, I love gifts, meditations. Um, doing meditations, even if they're on the fly. I do a lot of breath work in my work. Um, just, teaching people how to breathe right in through their nose, all the way deep down into a great big belly breath, and then to exhale that and to bring the navel all the way to the back of the spine. I work with breathing exercises in my work a lot just to calm people down, get them focused, get them recentered and comfortable in their environment again.
So, you want to tell people what you're doing these days?
Sure. So right now, I'm a mental health peer specialist, and I work with anyone who has a lived experience with a mental health illness. And I have several. I've been diagnosed with bipolar 1, depression, OCD tendencies, but with all the tools that I have in my toolkit now, with Reiki, with my spirituality, this has grounded me to where I have control over my bipolar tendencies or my OCD tendencies, and I can just like step out, for 5 minutes, and you've taught me how to reground. Like, my favorite thing is just going to the bathroom and washing my hands and just like, okay, everything that's bothering me right now is just going down that drain. And I'm going to come back out of here, splash a little water on my face. I'm going to come back out and handle it in a grounded manner rather than just out of my head and not from my heart. So you've taught me how to live life through my heart rather than just knee jerk reaction, and it's more of a thought out reaction rather than a knee jerk reaction. It's a response rather than a reaction now.
That's beautiful.
Thank
I'm so proud of all the things that you have accomplished, but also that you're doing on a daily basis, because you're not only giving to yourself, but you're also extending that out to others. And that's so beautiful. And I love seeing what you've done for yourself and for others. And it's just such a beautiful gift.
thank you.
I'm just so honored to be there to watch you do that. It's just that it makes my heart sing.
Thank you. Thank you. I
It's,
couldn't have done it without you.
but it's just, I mean, that's just the
Hmm.
biggest blessing in the whole world is,
Yes.
to watch you do this.
Yes. And
I
you
feel
were
like,
the one that was able to help me like fill my own cup with love to where I learned how to love myself, to where I had enough overfilling love from my cup to be able to come out and help others. I wouldn't have
I,
been able to do that if I hadn't met you, and yeah,
well,
you showed me how to love me.
I love that, because more than anything, I love that you love yourself
Yes.
enough to do that, because that's just so beautiful. And I
Yes.
can see that in your energy. I can see so much energy in you. You shine, you know?
Yep. It
Uh,
only took me 47 years, and I was finally able to look in the mirror and say, "I love you, Jan," and it's like, "Okay, now nothing's holding me back."
yeah, well, it doesn't matter where we are, time, like, in our
Mhm.
life. It's where we are in our heart.
Yes, 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 and if I can help anyone get there faster than I did, I am more than welcome. I'm more than able to help them. I wanna help them.
Exactly.
Enjoy enjoy life living in the moment. That's what you gotta do.
Exactly. So, what are your plans for the future?
Big plans for the future. Um, I want to be able to continue Reiki. I want to
You
continue.
you intend?
Mhm. I intend to continue with my Reiki. I have my business. It's called Indigo Intentions 11, and my website will be coming up soon. It's still under construction, but I'm going to be doing Reiki, Oracle card readings, and then I do have things that I'll be selling from my website. I want to do retreats. I want to teach more people how to take care of themselves. Um, I want to give Reiki and teach Reiki, and I also want to do more coaching work. So that's my next thing, is to be signing up for coaching lessons, and then I want to be a life coach as well.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, if someone is interested in like Reiki session, or because you're now a master Reiki, a Reiki master teacher, you've been certified, would how would they, get a hold of you?
Right now, just message me on my Indigo Intentions page from Facebook, and I'll get right back to you. We'll figure out a schedule, and I will work with you. Absolutely.
Yeah, and you also are doing oracle card readings, which is beautiful.
Yes.
I love your oracle card readings.
Thank you.
I've had them myself, so they're beautiful. I love your
Thank you.
oracle card readings.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll have to have you do some of those one time, unless you have them close by. But well,
Mm.
do you
I,
have them close by?
I have one set. Yes.
Okay, you want to
Yep.
grab? You
Sure.
want to pull it? Okay,
Sure. hmm
I'm going to take a sip of coffee while we're waiting.
So these cards that I have are from Kyle Gray, Angels and Ancestors
I
Oracle
don't know if
card.
I've even had you pull, or if I've seen those ones before.
Oh, I
But that's
love.
cool. That's exciting because I love seeing new cards and having them pulled. That's exciting.
Yes.
That's a treat.
So the pictures are just really really pretty in here. I gotta get this right.
Oh, that's beautiful. They look beautiful.
Okay,
Yes.
so let me just pull a card for the day.
So, yeah, I was going to say, do you just want to pull a general reading from Source or something?
Yes, yes.
See what Source has to say for the day.
Let's see what he says.
There's a lot going on with
There's
the
a lot of
with the
energy going
this
on.
moon, or with the full moon, and it being a
8-8 portal.
a portal coming
Let's.
up, and
Oh my goodness. Okay,
one
so
drop.
yep. I
Oh,
love it
there
when
you
that
go.
happens.
That's the
So
card.
2 dropped.
Oh,
Autumn and
okay.
spring.
Well, that's kind of a
Mhm.
symbolic. What does it say?
So spring, see your seeds grow, and that's what I'm doing is I'm planting my seeds right now and I'm going to watch them grow.
Yeah, that's
Because
beautiful.
I've been planting my seeds for a long, long time. And then autumn, it says release the old and rest. And that's definitely what I've had to do in my life is I've had to release all the old kind of like subconsciously, you know, how your parents in society influence you from the day you take your first breath until you're 7 years old. And then you have to relearn how to um, get into contact with your spirit guides and your archangels and work with them again. So I've definitely released anything that's held me down from the past. I feel like I've done a lot of shadow work to get me over any problems in the past. And I've forgiven, I've done Ho'oponopono, I've forgiven, and I've grown and I've released the past. It's there. It was there for me to conquer everything that I needed to conquer in life so I can be where I am right now to be able to help people. So, um, it was a hard past, but I feel like it definitely gave me the education that I need to be where I am right now to be able to help a lot of people. So I'm excited about it.
That's beautiful. Well, sometimes difficulties can give us strength. So we
Yes,
have that for later on, so we have that to offer those lessons and stuff, so other people maybe don't have to go through such difficulties. Their road maybe can be a little bit easier,
I'm hoping. Yes, that's
you
what I
know?
want to offer.
Exactly, exactly. So that's beautiful. So because you have been with me since like the beginning, you've seen me grow. You've
Yes,
seen me go through difficulties and forge through them, make mistakes, and then create from my, work through them and then create new from my mistakes. And as you've done that, I would love to hear your feedback. I mean, because we went through the first retreat together.
Hmm.
You saw all my mistakes, and you were the only one that went and meditated with me through
Oh,
these,
absolutely.
because we did a lot of deep meditations together through that retreat where no one else did.
Right.
So that was actually a really beautiful blessing because we did a lot of things on a really deep level at that point.
Yes.
So you want to give your feedback about the first retreat because
Yes.
yeah,
Okay. So the first retreat was in 2022 in April, March, April in
yeah, is it
Tucson, Arizona.
April or May or something like that? Yeah.
In Tucson, Arizona. And oh, I drove all the way from Texas to get there, and I brought my tent, and I was so excited. That was the first time I met you after 2 years of working with you.
Yes.
So, yeah, it was, I mean, for me, it was just really, really beautiful. I loved it. I couldn't wait meeting you. Um, and there were some hiccups in the beginning and throughout, but we just kept it together and kept it working. And in the end, we were still standing, and I still got a lot out of the retreat. I loved the retreat. Um, and the second retreat, I can tell that there is a lot more organization. And the second retreat was really, really good as far as the group of people we had. Everyone was really interactive, everyone contributed, everyone shared, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful experience in the mountains. The second retreat was um, April in Colorado.
June.
Oh, was it only? It was June. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it's been June. It was
I just
June.
have to remember because it did get cold, so that's why I was
Yeah, I
thinking it was
know
maybe in
because
April.
yeah, it was because the air, because we were so high up. We was like
Yes.
one of the highest altitudes, which was it was really cool though because we saw bear, we
Oh, it was
saw those
beautiful.
different wildlife that we wouldn't normally see.
Yes.
It was beautiful because we were in the like woods, the mountains.
Yep, way up in the woods, mountains, forests. There's, oh my goodness, deer in the backyard that we could feed. It was just beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. So what are you looking forward to? I mean, could you feel a big difference in energy after you left the second retreat?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so the second retreat was bringing in your divine female energy, and I guess my divine female energy had been stagnant for quite a while. So yeah, after doing the second retreat, I just came back like totally renewed with a whole bunch of energy, and my creativity level has been through the roof. And I've been just making all sorts of jewelry and arts and crafts and just loving my life. It's yeah, it brought up something that's been, just I couldn't let myself do for some reason. I wouldn't let myself be creative. And I think it has something to do with, everything's got to be done before you can give yourself a chance to relax and be creative. And finally, I've come to terms with life that not everything's going to be done. Just be creative and do what you want to do in the moment and live life in the moment, being mindful of every minute you have. Yes.
That's beautiful. So, what are you looking forward to, or what are you looking forward to in the third retreat?
Oh my goodness. Okay. So the third retreat is bringing in the divine male energy. And
Yes.
so just having both of those together, and then when we're going to be in Florida and we're working with the elements, we're working with air and water and earth and fire. It's going to be great. It's going to be a really, really great retreat. I'm hoping that a lot of people from the last retreat will show up, and it's just going to be a continuation of what we had last time, and it's going to be a beautiful retreat. I'm so excited.
And then, do you want to share what you're offering for the retreat?
Yes. So I'm going to be going to the retreat and I'm going to be offering Reiki sessions for the people who are going to come to the retreat in October. So I'm very excited about that.
Yes, that's going to be a really cool thing. You were starting to do some Reiki sessions, and I was overseeing them for the last retreat. We were kind of working through some of that, but this is going to actually be for this next retreat, and this is going to be really exciting because we've been slowly working on this for the last several retreats. The first retreat we practiced, the second retreat we did some more, and this is going to be like the finalized thing. So this is an
Yes.
exciting thing because really we've been practicing since the very first retreat on the
Hmm.
Reiki sessions in
Yes.
person. So it's like it's a big deal. We've been really working on this for
For
you
2
know
years.
for
Yeah, we've
two
been
years.
working on this for 2 years, and then I meet you, and that's when you do the attunements, and it's just it's beautiful. Like, I feel like the first time we met, we did the attunements and then we like perfected it. And then the second time we met, it was just like your way of seeing what I was doing so I can make sure that I'm doing it right and perfecting it. So, yeah, you've held my hand every step of the way. And if it weren't for you being patient and holding my hand, I don't know if I'd be here today, but thank
No, it's been a beautiful blessing on my end too, because I've seen you grow, I've seen you blossom. It's been just, it's been so beautiful. So I'm really excited to watch this process as well. I love watching you become you.
thank you.
It's just so beautiful. So I'm really excited to watch this happen at this next retreat because it's another portion of you flowering.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's really
It's it's
beautiful.
it's it's going to be an amazing retreat. I can't wait.
Yeah, and I love seeing you bring in that energy. It's just you putting forth your
Yes.
own love,
Yeah.
putting in
Yes.
your own love.
Yes, to be
That
able to contribute to the retreat rather than just taking away everything. So now I feel like I'm contributing to them too. So that makes me feel good too.
Yeah, and that's just part of it because really we're all one. So we're just
Yes.
putting in and adding. So it's a beautiful process. And
Hmm.
I love that. I love that we're doing that. It all
Yes.
started really from that first one and us meditating together,
Yes.
So,
Yes. Out
yeah,
by the campfire at night.
exactly, exactly.
Oh, it was so beautiful. There was like a full moon then too.
It was,
Yes.
yeah, it was a eclipse.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yes, we had a full moon and an
And
eclipse,
an
and we were
eclipse.
sitting in the desert, and it was just like
Beautiful.
beautiful. It was just like the most beautiful weather because even though it was hot, we had the
Hmm.
breeze from the desert, and it was just like,
The
this is,
sky. It was just
yes,
beautiful.
exactly,
Hmm.
exactly.
And then with the campfire going, and then deep, deep, I'm talking deep, like 45-minute
Oh,
meditations where you
yeah,
go
at least it was
deep.
like 45 to an hour
Yes.
meditations we were doing every night, and they were
And they're
really deep.
beautiful. Yes.
Yeah. But that's yeah, that was it was beautiful, beautiful meditations. And some of these are what we're going to be bringing in for the next retreat, and that's why it's can be really deep.
Yes.
But it's also doing some deep work that gives
Uh,
us that ability to move forward, to create
right.
new
Just new
beautiful gifts.
opportunities,
Yeah,
new
new opportunities.
ventures. Hmm. Yeah. The only thing is, like, after the retreats, you do have to take time to just, like, soak everything in, kinda alchemize, and just kinda like, "Whoa, okay, that came from that retreat, now what am I gonna do with it?" And, yeah, it just takes a couple days to get back into balance with your life at home, but then once you're balanced, it's like, "Oh, get out of my way because 'cause I've got all this creativity going on, and I wanna do this, and do this, and do this," and yep.
Well, yeah, because when we're at the retreat, we're going like way high vibe. the whole
Yes.
time. We're high vibe, you know?
Mhm.
So, and then when we come back to home and we're doing our normal life, we're like normal, you know, we go back down. And
Yes.
so it's like it's going from like high altitude going back down. So it takes a minute for our body, our everything to adjust, you know. So it's like, whoo, drink
Yes.
lots of water, give yourself a little bit of rest, you know, to come, you know, come back down to altitude, you know.
Yes,
But
definitely.
and that's because you don't want to just crash down, you know, you got
Right.
to come down a little bit slow. But
Yes.
as you do that, then your body has absorbed all that knowledge from being at that
Mhm.
high vibe for you know 4 or 5 days, and you have like, whoa, you've got a lot in there to go, and then you can go straight for 3 4 months with all this new knowledge, and that gives
Yes.
you the ability to do this until the next retreat or the next time you're going to do something else.
A class or whatever. Yes, it's
Yeah,
just yep, it keeps you
workshop
going.
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. And
Mhm.
it's really beneficial to absorb new that, because once your body has gone to that high vibe, it part of your cells or they'll always retain
Yes.
some of that.
Mhm.
So it's a beautiful blessing you're giving yourself.
Thank you.
And the same with the Reiki sessions. You know, Reiki sessions are beautiful. That's how I turned on, you know, my
Mhm.
awakening.
Right.
And that's how you did. You know,
Mhm.
it's a beautiful way to awaken our body, and it's a gentle way.
Yes.
Yes. So that's why I love to incorporate it into all of our retreats.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
You know,
very, very good. Very, very good. Just to get the detachments, get the energy balanced again. Yep.
yeah. When you're doing Reiki sessions, what is the one chakra that you find is most blocked?
The solar and um I've had a lot of people with the heart chakra that's it's either their heart chakra or their throat chakra, and it's kind of like both of them combined into one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I've been working on. I have one person that I really have to work with her on grounding.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be the solar and the solstice and the uh, root chakra.
Well, the reason I'm asking, okay, with solar plex and sacral, that's your immune system, but it's
Yes.
also, you know, even heart chakra and your solar plex sacral. That's not only is it your immune system, but it's also trauma.
Yes.
We're going into, and
Absolutely.
even root. You're talking about your first couple of years of life. Root, solar, sacral plex. That's the first like 3 4 years of life. So we're
Right.
talking about severe trauma, and we're talking about, okay, their ability to uh, deal with self confidence, their all that stuff, and then that's going to affect how they've been handling that, you know, and it's affected their uh, immune system,
Yes.
you know. And so when that's blocked, that's affecting not only their immune system and their self-confidence, but how they're handling it with other people. And every single time they're interacting with other people, that's being triggered, so their
Yes.
immune system is not um, working at a functional rate because they've been triggered, because they've been having too much trauma related to other people,
Right.
you know,
Mhm.
and so on and so forth. The root chakra, they're not feeling safe.
Right.
And their throat chakra, they have not felt strong enough to speak their truth
Right.
because they're not, you know, it's safety, all that stuff.
Right. They
Yeah,
haven't found their sovereign voice yet. And
exactly.
and I do have to say that, they're 2 clients that I've just started working with, and, it's beautiful just to see, like, just the couple of sessions that I've done, how far they've come just within 2 sessions, and, the one lady that I've worked with, like, she showed up, and I could just tell from her face how drained she was, and then when I found out that she wasn't grounded, like, at all, so that yeah.
Yeah. And I'm also feeling it's not her front, it's her back
Yep,
of her
yep, yep,
throat
yep, yep.
and heart. So it's mostly in her back. And
Yeah,
so that's actually her deep heart, her thymus. It's
okay,
not even her throat, it's her thymus that's being affected. And so that's she, that's dealing with adrenals.
okay,
So it's going into immune system again,
okay.
and that's the fight or flight. She's been in
Yes.
fight or flight too often.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, that's why it's going into the deep aspect of the heart. And that's one of the things that the retreats do as we go into the heart space and really heal those adrenals and those, all that stuff. But we also work on that with the women's coaching and the ascension coaching too, which
Yes. Yes.
yeah, because all that is really in when we're going to fight and flight all the time, our adrenals and all that are really affected.
Really affected. Yes, and, for people who, have been abused, those adrenals have been affected for maybe most of their life, and so you've got to get them from flight
Fight
or
or flight.
fight back down to just kind of like an even keel, and sometimes that involves a lot of shadow work, and, it involves just understanding what they need to let go and heal from and maybe forgive in the process in order to heal. So, yeah, we can get into some really deep issues sometimes when we're um, trying to find our sovereign self. And it for me, it was letting go, it was forgiveness, but then also once I started becoming a mental health peer specialist, I started learning other things and about like the neuroplasticity of the
Mhm,
brain. And
mhm.
so just because we've been underneath this flight and fight for so many years, our brain still has the capability of doing regeneration to where we can get away from that flight or fight feeling all the time and just be more grounded and balanced. So that's that's
Our br-
very
yeah, our
yeah,
brain is extremely powerful, and there's so many tools we can use to come
tap
back.
into that. Yes.
Yeah, and that's
Yes.
that's what we work on, but it's we have been conditioned by so many, society keeps us in that fight or flight a lot of times without even us realizing it, the things we watch, the things we're listening to, the things we're, paying attention to, all these billboards. There's a lot of things. And so
Absolutely.
it's what do we want to pay attention to and what do we want to tune out and what are we bringing into our environment? Those kinds of things really make a big difference in the
Yes.
healing process.
Environment is a lot.
It really, truly is. So, but yeah, it was so wonderful talking to you today, and I'm going to.
Thank you.
We'll be talking again because there's more to talk about. But it was such a blessing, and
Sounds
we're going
great.
to talk again.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you,
So,
Christina.
yes, you're welcome.
Okay.
Talk soon. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.